Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs chapter 1 in the American Literary Version for November 1st, 2023. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to discern the words of understanding, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness and justice and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion, that the wise may hear and increase in learning, and the one of understanding may attain to sound counsels. To understand a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. The foolish despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother, for they shall be a chaplet of grace to your head, and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us watch secretly for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as Sheol, and whole as those who go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. You shall cast your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, walk not in the way with them. Withhold your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil. They make haste to shed blood. For in vain is the net spread in the sight of anything that has wings, and they for their own blood lie in wait. They watch secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy of gain. It takes away the life of its owners. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. She utters her voice in the broad places. She cries out at the head of noisy streets. At the entrance of gates, in the city, she utters her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scoffers delight in scoffing? And fools hate knowledge. Turn in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make my words known to you. I will make known my words to you. Because I have called you, and you refused, and stretched out my hand, and none gave heed, and you shall have set at naught all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when fear comes. And when your fear comes as a storm, and your calamity comes on as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then will they call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but shall not find me. For they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They would have none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the backsliding of the simple shall slay them, and the careless ease of fools shall destroy them. But who hearkens to me shall dwell securely, and shall be quiet without fear of evil. So this is the ALV, American Literary Version, part of the American Standard Version that was updated for this Bibliotheca set. I think it's pretty cool. So far, I haven't read a whole lot out of it, and I'm going to be doing it, on camera instead of an app. But, yeah, something different. And then I think I'm going to finish with that and the RSV. So this was kind of like an early birthday present to myself. So since yesterday was my birthday, I figured we'd do this month with this one, right? And I'm kind of excited to read the Apocrypha, just to read it, which the set includes. So what this chapter's all like, what is the purpose of this book, right? And it tells you, trying to give wisdom to the simple and to the people who already have understanding to get even more wise counsel, right? So my Facebook, thank you everybody for wishing me well on my birthday a year ago, was that, thank you, I didn't want anything, please offer up a prayer for me to continue to gain wisdom. So we're not quite at a year of this reading, but we are, over a year of me doing this as a daily ritual. I'm not even sure when I started at this point. I don't know if I marked the occasion in any way. If you're wondering what I'm watching for and doing, I've missed a number of high dollar shifts. So sitting here trying to grab one. It is what it is. there's a balance between opportunity and greed, but there's also some experience here. So I kind of know what the hourly rate can end up as, and judging on the facility and the amount of drivers and shifts and stuff. But it got me. There were two different ones that I was willing to accept. One went away before I could grab it. One went away while I was trying to grab it because somebody had faster fingers than me. So I don't know what I'm going to do, man. If I can't pick up one of these shifts in the next like 15 minutes because it goes up in price, then I guess I'm just going to Uber, DoorDash, whatever, during the dinner rush. But family's waiting at home for me. I've been working all day since the early morning. But that's what I'm supposed to do, right? So it can sound fun, or it can sound, I hate to use the word edgy, right? That's pretty cringe. But people telling you like, hey, let's go do this thing together. We're going to have Easy Street. We're just going to rob people and take their stuff, and it's going to be like a party, you know? We'll just live like pirates, essentially. The way that ends is not going to be good. So stay away from it. And then wisdom, and I feel like we're right at that part in this country, right? We're at the end, unfortunately. Why? Because everybody wants to live their own way, and everybody wants to not fear the Lord. You know, no desire to know the Lord, Yahweh. So if they can't hear that, if they can't acknowledge that, they certainly can't hear or get wisdom. So what happens? Wisdom asks, and wisdom asks, and wisdom calls, and wisdom tries. And then it says, okay, have it your way. Like Burger King says, right? Have it your way. And then, what does it say? But you're going to have calamity come upon you. And then I'm going to laugh at you. And I'm going to mock you. And I'm not going to listen to you or come to your rescue. Why? Because you get what you want. You got what you wanted. You get the fruit of your own devices, your own plan. So have it, right? Made your bed, lie in it. You don't need me. That's what you said. So stay humble, right? Because it's kind of like, the more you know, you should know that you know nothing. And for that reason, you should be kept pretty humble. I don't feel like I have a ton else to say today. I know I'm normally especially chattery even during the day, but just trying to meditate on myself, right? It's a new year for me, another revolution around the sun. What is that going to mean for me? What is that going to mean for the next year? Who knows where the Lord will take me or what he has in store, but spent the day just trying to be open to it and tweaking my attitude, giving myself an attitude adjustment, right? Because if the focus is on me, it ain't going to go well. If I keep the focus on the Lord and on the duties and the people entrusted me in front of me, it's going to go a lot better for everybody. So I don't know what's wrong with me, though. Something's wrong with my throat. You all have listened to me sniffle and cough and sneeze and make all kinds of terrible noises. Now, man, something's wrong. It's like top of my lungs to like the back of my sinuses in my throat. It feels like weak, and I feel shaky when I take a breath. So it's not good to be breathing shallow either. I don't know, man. Like that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to cough, but it's like some kind of response I got going on. So I didn't want this to be a complaint fest. I apologize for that. This set is just something else. I had to go and look up in another translation to make sure that it starts at my son, right? Because if you look, there's nothing. There's page numbers. There's no verse numbers. There's no notes. So it's just made to read, and I'm looking forward to that. And Christmas is coming, so I don't know who wants to listen to me read even more, right? I know nobody asked for this, so I'm just doing it of my own accord, trying to be led by the Spirit. And people do Advent calendars, right? Well, one way to do Advent and celebrate that is to read Luke. Read a chapter of Luke a night. It's a lot of reading, but I think I've been kind of working my way up to it. So if people want to spend Advent together doing that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll do it anyway, even if you don't want it. When your fear comes on as a storm and your calamity comes on in a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, that's when they call upon wisdom, and wisdom wants none of it. I feel like too many people want to follow their own way until they're back against the wall, no other options, in misery. And maybe that's what people need, right? You need to end up on your back to be able to look up, is the saying. But the Lord desires that everybody come to him. So come to him. Come to wisdom. Listen to reason and wisdom before calamity strikes. Just trying to give you a good time. Don't wait till the bad time comes to ask for help. And if you're going to ask for help, you got to be humble enough to do so. So, stay humble, everybody. Go with God. Be blessed.